So today, we're going to dive into something pretty fascinating. It's a story about how two of Asia's biggest economies are turning a major challenge into a massive opportunity. We're talking about Japan's aging workforce and India's youth boom, and the incredible program that's been built to connect them. Let's get into it. Okay, so at the very heart of this partnership, you've got two countries that are, in a way, perfect opposites. On one side, you have Japan, an economic powerhouse for sure, but it's facing a huge demographic hurdle. Its workforce is getting older and it's shrinking. And on the other side, you've got India, with this absolutely enormous, young and ambitious population. It's like a classic supply and demand problem, but playing out on a global stage. And get a load of this number, 62%. That's the slice of India's population that's in the working age bracket. Economists have a term for this. They call it a demographic dividend. But really, what it means is a massive well of human potential, a workforce ready to power growth not just in India, but potentially all over the world. Now, to really understand Japan's side of the story, just look at this chart. It's based on McKinsey data. Back in 2012, Japan had about 79 million people of working age. By 2025, that's projected to drop to 71 million. Think about that. That's a gap of 8 million people. That's a critical need for skilled hands and minds in their factories, their offices, everywhere. So this is the big puzzle, right? You've got this perfect imbalance. How do you build a bridge that lets one country's demographic strength solve another's demographic challenge? And more importantly, how do you do it in a way that benefits everyone involved? Well, here's the answer. It's a program called the Technical Intern Training Program, or TITP for short. This is the official structured bridge designed to connect these two worlds and create a formal pathway for skills to move from where they're needed to where they can be learned. Now, it's really important to get this right. This isn't just about filling job vacancies. Officially, the TITP is framed as a form of international cooperation. The core idea is that interns go to Japan, they get hands-on training, they learn advanced skills, and then they bring all that knowledge and expertise back home to help boost their own country's development. So, how did this all come together? Well, you can see here, the program has actually been around in Japan since 1993. But the real game changer for India came in 2017. That's when the two governments signed a formal agreement. A year later, India's own National Skill Development Corporation, the NSDC, was brought in to oversee the whole process from the Indian side, making sure everything is done right. Okay, so we've got the 30,000-foot view, right? The big strategy. But what does this actually look like on the ground? For a young, aspiring professional in India, what's the journey really like? Let's walk through it. The whole path is really broken down into three main phases. First, before anyone even gets on a plane, there's intensive pre-departure training in India. And this isn't just about the job skills. We're talking about learning the Japanese language, the culture, business etiquette, the whole shebang. Then comes the internship in Japan, which lasts for 3 to 5 years of real-world work and learning. And finally, and this is a core part of the deal, the interns return to India to put those new world-class skills to use. And don't think this is just for a couple of specific industries. No way. As of 2021, there were 84 different job categories open. That covers a massive range of fields, from manufacturing to caregiving to construction. It's a huge spectrum of opportunities. All right, so we followed the intern's journey. Now let's zoom back out again. Beyond the amazing experience for one person, what does this program really mean for the two countries as a whole? What's the bigger picture here? You know, this quote from India's Skill Development Agency really hits the nail on the head. For India, this isn't just a jobs program. It's a strategic move. It lines up perfectly with this grand vision of becoming the skill capital of the world, training its youth to be globally competitive. And that's why this whole thing is just a perfect win-win. It's so clear. Japan gets the young, skilled workforce it desperately needs to keep its industries humming. And for India, it's a double win. Young people get these incredible global career opportunities, and then the country gets back a super skilled workforce with cutting-edge knowledge. It's this amazing self-reinforcing cycle of growth for both sides. So understanding all this is one thing, but what if you're watching this and thinking, hey, that could be me? Let's get practical. Let's talk about how you or someone you know can actually get involved. I mean, seriously think about it. Does the idea of living and working in the world's third largest economy, learning from the best and being a part of this incredible exchange, does that get you excited? If the answer is yes, then you're going to want to listen very closely to this next part.
Okay, here is probably the single most important thing to know. You can't just apply to a company in Japan directly. The entire process is managed through official, government-approved bodies in India called sending organizations, or SOs. They handle the selection, the training, all of it. So where do you find them? The one and only place to look is the official National Skill Development Corporation website. It lists all the approved SOs. That is the official, legitimate way to participate.
And that brings us to our final thought for today. As we see these demographic shifts happening all over the world, some countries getting older, others having huge youth populations, is this India-Japan model a blueprint? Could these kinds of structured win-win partnerships be the key to balancing the global workforce in the future? It's a really powerful question to think about.